a bit of a last minute decision. I thought I'd stop for Ludham Bridge for a little bit. Now, as I come onto the bridge, you probably, I don't know whether you saw them, I'll turn the camera off actually, but there was two boats coming along here, coming this way, and I thought to myself, do you know what, I fancy stopping at Ludham, so I let them go past, and just where the river just sort of like jets out a little bit into the middle, I reversed on the way back down into here. So there was nothing behind me, obviously. I wouldn't have done that manoeuvre if there was someone behind me, but yeah, so I basically backed into the mooring. It was very easy actually. I was keeping mindful that I was going against the tide, so it would have been easier to turn around and come in and moor here if I needed to, but I just thought, oh sod it, I'll just try and reverse in, and it was fine. So we'll stay here for a little bit and then carry on with our journey up to Stalham in a little while. But you can just see the speed of the current, the tide coming in here, all the reeds that have been knocked off and into the water and now building up at the back of the boat, so to make sure that when I leave later on there's not too much there, because we don't want that getting wrapped around a prop, do we? So yeah, this is Ludham Bridge, and I'll update you again shortly. Don't know whether you can see that on the water, the swirling patterns. Obviously where the water's coming through a narrow channel, it's all getting all confused when it comes through. And there's causing a swirl in the current. Never noticed that before. But yeah, very quiet at Ludham Bridge. If you imagine what this place is going to be like in July and August, absolute bedlam. See my boat in the distance just down there. So when you come from the bridge and turn left, you've got the dog pub just there behind that lorry, and you've got this other road here that actually takes you down the safe route down to Ludham Village. So you carry on going down there. I'm not going to do it now, but you carry on going down there. If you've got Google Maps, probably best to follow that, to be fair. You can also get to St Benet's Abbey this way as well, if you want to walk this way rather than the riverbank. But yeah, it's a bit of a walk, but it beats better than being roadkill on that road there. So I noticed actually that the Dog Inn pub is actually no longer called the Dog Inn, it's just called the Dog. So whether they dropped the word inn because it sounded a bit dodge, then could be, I suppose. So yeah, we're just chilling out for a bit in Ludham, or at Ludham Bridge, shall I say. Got Ken's Veg down there. It does say veg, nothing else. So good old Ken, he's got his carrots and sprouts and whatever else you want, onions. So yeah, so go and check Ken out. Always good to buy fresh produce rather than from a supermarket. So we'll start heading back down this way and then go from there. So, welcome to Stalham, welcome to Richardson's yard, and bit of a camera mishap. I thought the rear facing camera was recording, and well, the short explanation is it wasn't recording, so I didn't get any of the footage coming in, unfortunately. But I think the battery died on that one as well, so before I set off I'm going to charge the batteries on both the action cameras. Try and get a bit of footage when we leave Richardson's a bit later on. The plan is now I'm going to go for a wander. I might go to town first and then come back and do my walk around the yard, so I'll probably leave the camera here whilst I go and do a bit of shopping, and then when I get back we'll do a quick walk around, especially for Caroline Bell, who loves a Richardson's yard walk around. And then yeah, we'll go from there. Not decided what I'm going to have for dinner tonight. I've basically eaten all the stuff I got from the butchers on Saturday, so I need to stock up again on stuff from meat and things like that. So I'll probably go to Stalham Butchers and then pop into Tesco's on the way back through as well. But yeah, this is Richardson's, and I'll update you again shortly. So I've been to the town, got my shopping, had something to eat for lunch, and I've made an executive decision. Now, I know I said before that I was going to spend a couple of hours here and then shoot off down the river and spend somewhere else overnight, but you know what, I fancy a takeaway tonight, so that will mean that I will be staying here, and in the morning I will stop off at Neater's Head on my way back down south to Orient for a couple of hours down there then, rather than going there tonight. Yes, I know some people will be disappointed that I'm spending the night in a boatyard, but after some careful consideration and consultation with my stomach, the general consensus was takeaway is the answer. So that means I no longer need to rush. So what I'll do is I will change memory cards over because this one's only got 15 minutes left on it. So we'll change memory cards over and then we'll go for a stroll around the yard. And then I might read some more of my book when I get back as well, because I'm actually getting pretty much into that at the moment. It's a good read. I've got people, excuse me, I've got people going out on their trial runs. I think the guy said that they're waiting for 2 more people to turn up. The guy I was speaking to on the quay from Richardson's, I think he said they've got 2 more to turn up to go out, and that was it for today. So I have confirmed that I'm not in their way where I am tonight, and it's absolutely fine. And on their signage on these moorings, it's not one of the days that they ask you not to moor alongside, so we're all good for tonight. So yeah, next footage you will see is of me walking around this boatyard. So let's go for our walkabout. Keep an eye out for your boat. It may or may not be here. Depends on whether it's already out on the rivers. Caroline, this is specifically for you, this walkabout. Don't know whether you've noticed, but Richardson's have changed their graphics on the side of the boat, so a lot of them now don't have names on the side, they have them just on the back. If you see down there. So basically what one of the guys was saying was that they've wrapped a lot of the backs of the boats to tidy them up a bit, and then to put new graphics on them. He said that's great, however when the boats are coming back in on handover day, changeover day, they can't see what the name of the boat is until it's gone past them, because it's on the back, so they can't direct people as to where to go. So as you can see here, Broad Serenade 2 is on the back but had nothing on the side, and they tend to have changed the graphic style to similar to what the new builds have got, i.e. the silver effect, or chrome effect should I say, on the backs of the new builds. So you can see Moon Adventure here, and the Commander, that's what they've tried to replicate. So even the traditional 70s bathtubs have been covered up at the back with the new graphics. Thing is though, like the other guy said I was speaking to, one of the workers here, he said, you know, you've got gold gem and you've got V111, but not many people know they're Roman numerals, so he said that's another issue that we've come across so far. There's been some confusion with the numbers on some of the boats. Got Star Gem here as well. See, they've all had this, I don't know if it's wrapped or painted. It's a wrapping, I think. But on some of the boats that have sort of got an off-coloured gel coat, it looks a bit silly. I mean, even here with the gold gem, like the other one, it just doesn't look right. Having the grey / white wrapping and then the yellow, it just, I don't know. It looks like it's an afterthought to me, personally. See, there's no signage on the side. You can see where the gold gem was once written on the white panel there between the first two sets of windows, but I don't know, it just doesn't look right. See Broadland Galaxy here, see where the gel coat's faded along the side and you've got the wrapping on the back. Open to debate, that one. You've got another Star Gem here as well. Which Keith and Joanne will be on. I'm not sure what number they're going on, but they're on Star Gem in July, so that's just for you two. So let's carry on walking. We'll go back around the other side and move into the next quay. San Remo number 1. She's a stunning looking boat, she is. Look at that. Nothing special to the average boater, but for me, yeah, love it. Absolutely love it. So just be mindful, if you are hiring from Richardson's, then you're not going to find your name of your boat on the side, so it's going to be on the back for 90% of their boats anyway. for those of you that are familiar with the registration numbers on the back of the boats, you have the main number followed by a letter, and then you have a dash, then a number after that, and that dash and that number depicts how many it's licensed to carry. And believe it or not, this Haynes 32 footer Bella Signori 1 is only licensed to carry 2. Sovereign's looking a bit sad for herself, isn't she? She needs a good clean. And these ones along here haven't been out this season yet because they're looking very grubby. They've not had their top sides cleaned or anything like that. So you've got Siesta 4 here, but not many people would know that the 1V meant 4. Mystic Horizon's still got her name on the side and on the back. These Superior gems I think are for sale. Not sure how much they're up for, but yeah. Big old boat that, you could use one of those as a liveaboard quite easily. Jamaica's even for sale, but look at the state of her. I mean, if you're advertising a boat for sale, make it look presentable, eh? Comes with his own garden. Just be careful when you're walking along these sorts of key headings and stuff like that, pathways, footways. Just watch out for ropes and trailing leads go into the power supplies. Don't be falling on your face. Not only is it embarrassing, but it's bloody painful. Well, it's only embarrassing if someone sees you. Nice to see a traditional Broom Ocean 30 still on the rivers for hire. Another one here as well, San Pedro. Here we have Dominica, an ex-private porter and haylet connoisseur. Apparently he's had a new engine this year, according to a crew member, staff I spoke to. Yeah, good you? Yeah. So that is your lot. That is Richardson's. All those are private around there, so we won't be going down there, but yeah. Hope you enjoyed that walk around. Got to see the boat that you've had or you're going to have or whatever. So if you find out you can't moor in Richardson's yard when you do visit here, you can come and moor along here, which is just at the entrance into their yard. When I came in, there were no spaces, to be honest. It was all taken up. I think there's one hire boat and one other private boat along here. So yeah, you can come more along here if you can't get in the yard. But we're going to leave this here for now, unless I find something else interesting to show you my walk back, and there'll be a bit more later on. So we're back at the boat now after our walk around. I don't know whether this is fate or pure coincidence or fluke or jammy lucky or any of those things, but look what's come aboard next to me. San Remo 2. Had that back in 91 and 92 with the family, and it's the boat I want to desperately buy. Saw number 1 around the other side, but number 2 is the one that I've actually been on previously. One of the guys said that if it was open I could actually go on and have a look around for old time's sake, so I'll try the door in a minute, see if it's unlocked, and then yeah, just have a quick look on board. It hasn't been cleaned or anything, you can tell that by the top sides and stuff, so I'm not going to be making it dirty or anything. But yeah, I have asked permission and they said yes, if it's open then I can jump aboard, so we'll have a look in a minute. So it was unlocked, hooray! Yeah, it is very, very 80s, but it certainly brings back some memories. And the old dash used to be a big orange light there, about there, it used to flash when you did the ignition for warming up, make a buzzing sound. And then there used to be a picture on the wall here, you can probably just see the outline of where it was actually, discoloured there. There was a picture of it stuck under Ludham Bridge. Wow. Even got the same light switches from when I was on it back in the 90s as well. New rear doors though, they're definitely new. They used to be aluminium. Double in there. See, it's very, very dated, but love it. Absolutely love it. It's got character. God, this has made my day, that has. That's how sad I am, but yeah, I've always wanted to come back on board again, have a look at her. Nice and easy wheel as well, nice and easy to handle. But yeah, anyway, that's San Remo 2. That's it for now, guys. So I'm afraid it's time for a moan, people. I know I'm good at moaning, but I don't like to do it. So basically, a couple were on a boat just down there between those two, Viscount I think it was called. They just loaded up their boat and gone out, and on their way out they proceeded to smash into the front of my boat. I can't see if there's any damage. They're very lucky that the roller on the front bow of Brinks Duet did not pierce their window. I had one of the Richardson's crew standing here watching as they go out, and even he was surprised about how much it was so close to smashing their glass. So but they didn't even stop, they just carried on going, no apology, no nothing, which I think is wrong. If you hit another boat, you first check and make sure that everyone's okay, and you also check that there's no damage. You don't just bugger off and go down the river and forget it ever happened, sort of thing. So that peed me off a little bit, to be honest. Like I say, I have tried to have a look to see if there's any damage to the front of the boat, but I can't see any. So I went down into reception to report it, just in case there's any damage to Viscount when it comes back into the yard. Then they can take that up with the current hirers. But more to the point, if there's any damage to the front of Brinks Duet when I get back, then I've actually reported it with Richardson's, and they are aware of it, and there was a witness, like I say, one of their crew members saw it as well, so there's no getting away from it really. But it's not acceptable to do that. You wouldn't do it in a car. Well, some people do in a car, they hit someone and they just carry on, don't leave a note or anything, which is disgusting. It's not the done thing, it's not morally correct. So you know, I'm sorry if you are watching this video, then you were in the wrong. You should have stopped. But yeah, I know it happens a lot on the rivers. Sometimes people aren't, you know, they're completely oblivious to the fact that they've hit something, but it was such a crack that they would have realised they hit the boat, so there's no excuse. But yeah, rant over. It's now getting on for 5 o'clock. There's blue sky, bit of a breeze, but yeah, it's time to chill out for a bit now. I'm going to read some of my book, have a drink, and then decide later on which takeaway I'm going to be getting tonight. That's all for now.